Hello, Internet. This desk actually makes me feel very, very short. That is totally in frame. It's been a crazy and sort of exhausting week, but I haven't done a little daily vlog thing at all this week, so I figured, why not? And because it's been kind of a heavy week for me, I figured I'd do something light and totally non-serious. Not entirely sure how the acoustics work in this room, so I'm trying to be kind of quiet. It's a new thing for me. Today's tag video is very appropriate in regards to some project-y things that I've done recently, which, if you haven't seen, it's either not live yet, or you haven't clicked the link below. But I figured I would do a tag video about Doctor Who, because a lot of the questions you guys tend to throw at me tend to be Doctor Who related, and it's probably because I am a little obsessed, and that's fine. 10 questions about Doctor Who and me. Number 1, new, classic, or both? Both. Number 2, favorite Doctor? For classic, definitely 4. I love Tom Baker. And for the new, definitely 11, Matt Smith. Loved 11. Really can kind of relate to 11 on a lot of levels. I'm a giant kid in an adult's body, and wow, let's go look at fantastic science and history and amazing, yes. Number 3, favorite companion? Oh, the Pawns, totally the Pawns. I loved the whole dynamic between them and the Doctor and this very fantastic family vibe they had going that really hadn't quite, it's obviously not the same, but it kind of reminded me of some of classic Who's dynamics with the companions. Like, yeah, there was some things when Amy first joined where she was all confused and had cold feet and tried to make out with the Doctor, and then just trolled him a lot after that because it made him uncomfortable and funny. But it had a nice vibe that I hadn't really felt since like some of the earlier companions in classic Who, and I really enjoyed that different dynamic that was completely non-romantic. I cried like a baby the episode they left. Oh my god. Like a baby. Number 4, favorite non-traveling companion? It's a hard one, but I think I'm actually going to go with Kate Stewart. Loved the Brigadier, and I loved that they brought that same sort of dynamic back with her in a just sort of different flavor. But I love Kate Stewart. She's fantastic. I want more of her. She's amazing. Please bring more of her. Number 5, which villain would you not want to run into? Any of them? But if I had to choose, Weeping Angels, because I suck at not blinking. Like, I then get paranoid. I'm like, have I blinked? Like, how? Oh, I need to blink right now. See, I would have died. Number 6, why did you start watching Doctor Who? I think someone first brought it up in a muck or a mud when I was role-playing. Doesn't really matter which, you know, multi-user character kingdom, whatever. Text roleplay, essentially. And I didn't really know what it was, but I was intrigued, and then my roommates in college were watching it, and I remember just sort of sitting down and like, what the crap is this? And before I knew it, like 10 episodes had gone by, and I was completely addicted, and my life would never be the same. Number 7, top 3 episodes. Oh god, that's a hard one, and I'm using they're probably still Amy Rory episodes. Definitely The Doctor's Wife. The Girl Who Waited, and god, even though it breaks my heart every time the Angels take Manhattan. Number 8, what is your favorite Doctor Who quote? That's a hard one. I kinda want to say 11's quote about being the hoper of far-flung hopes and the dreamer of improbable dreams, just because it's on my Twitter, and I do really love that quote, but I feel like probably if I had to just, one of the quotes that I feel just kind of embodies all of Doctor Who-ness, is actually a 4th Doctor quote, and it's like, well, anyone can make sense, as long as that's understood. You and I are going to get along splendidly. Number 9, suddenly the Doctor shows up at your door. Do you go with him? Duh? And number 10, what are you looking forward to the most for the future of Doctor Who? I think Stephen Moffat recently commented on they were going to ignore Capaldi's animal magnetism, if I recall, that's how it was described in the article. And I'm actually really excited for that because while I do love 10, and 11 had a bit of it too, but 10 especially, like I was rewatching, my brain was just going, wow, he snogs a lot of people. Um, which is fine. That's, that's who he was. But I'm actually really looking forward to a dynamic with Doctor and companions that might be a little bit more kind of like what we had in Classic Who. There was very little, like, romance of, like, what not happened, just because I'd like to see something different. Not that either is bad, I would just like to see sort of a different dynamic again. I'm a little scared that because Capaldi is older and you have Clara running around who is very much like Susan, that there's just, we've had hints about Susan, but she's never been really directly referenced in the original, or not the original, she's never been directly referenced in the new series, and I just kind of see this opportunity for something absolutely heartbreaking of sort of that dynamic again. Like, obviously I don't think he's old enough to be her grandfather, but it is that older younger thing, and she's incredibly bright and clever as was Susan, and just this idea of a return to that, and maybe kind of having the Doctor open up a bit more about Susan, because she really hasn't been mentioned much through this whole thing other than through these like kind of sad vague references of that obviously he really misses her, and Susan took a while to grow on me, but I ended up loving her because of how much the Doctor loved her. That wraps up this tag video, and if you are also a Whovian, tag, you're it.